Hey YouTube, it's your girl Davina Love, back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bee? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy, child. We try to always. And today is another Mask Monday with Beauty Ninjas. How have you guys been? I have finally back at 100%. I still have a little cough, but I'm way better now. You guys don't even know. Whatever I had knocked me off my feet. And it's knocked my baby for a loop too. You know, the bug loves doing Mask Monday with us, but he has been sick now for 3 weeks and summer school starts in 4 days. I was like, no, you need all the rest you can get. No more playing out in the swimming pools. You know, no more water balloons until you can get to being back to at least 90%. Because that poor bug, he loves his water. And I'm just so scared that he's going to end up with like pneumonia or something. So I'm like, calm down. No more water, no more jumping in the bed wet. Just chill. I pulled this Found mask, which I said, this should be kind of, you know, fitting for today. It's from Found. It's a coconut sheet mask. And I figured while we do it, we'll talk about what I've watched the last couple days. And maybe we can talk about it in the comments, you know. So what have I been watching? I watched the new Stranger Things 4, Season 4, Part 1 on a marathon with my middle son. And he's on watching it again for round 2 because, you know, there's always something you miss. And when we Q&A, I don't let nothing slide when I Q&A. I'm like, if you don't know what you're talking about, go back, get references, go back, get your information right because I want to make sure it's really cool. Like, I want him to Q&A properly, you know, to be a movie buff or be a TV person. So, he knows. Mom's real strict about that. Woo, this is cold. So have any of you guys seen it yet? Do you plan on seeing it? I think it's fascinating that we have watched these kids grow up on Netflix. I find it really fascinating how they look so good as adults now. Even though they may only be about 17, 18, they're not, you know, overdressing their age. You're not getting things done. They're looking like kids. They look like real kids. I love the way that, you know, it's set in the 80s. So they had to get kids that kind of look like the 80s. You know, the style, not just the clothes, but also their hair, their skin. I mean, if you look during the generations or during all the years in beauty, just because that's what we do here, right? You can see the change of people's frames of their face or their, just all of it, their makeup, the different little ins and outs that make it that era, because they weren't overdoing things like we could say we were doing last year in 2021 when everybody was doing the really big cut creases. That wasn't a part of the 70s and 80s. That was just not it. It was one color. There was no bronzing. There really wasn't any contouring back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. It was just foundation, natural brows, and one color eyeshadow. I remember that very, very clearly because that's all my mother would allow me was that one brown eyeliner, one blue eyeshadow, and I had a foundation powder that was exactly my color. That was all I was able to wear until I upgraded with my friends. I mean, because my mom wasn't down with anything other than that for herself. So she didn't know. And I was like, wow. So that's where I get stuck with Stranger Things. That's where I'm like, I look at all the cinematography, I look at the settings, the lighting, the makeup. I don't really worry about, I don't know, I get a little of everything, including the horror aspect. I was waiting to be scared, but there was no scariness for me. I was just like, boo-hoo. There's only one character in my life that I keep rolling my eyes because I can hardly say his name. Whew. I'm going to start to sweat and have an anxiety attack thinking about it, but there's one character that ruined everyone's dreams when we were growing up, okay? Can I just say it like that? That man, I have nothing to do with. I literally will start busting out in that cold, chill sweat. I can't deal with it type of thing. But since him, there really hasn't been anything that would frighten me into remission except for the It book. You know, the books of Stephen King really would scare me more so than the movies that they made, which was kind of cool, you know? But back to Stranger Things, I love the way the kids this year were able to embody high school and find their own. You know, I'm a nerd, so I'm going to be in this club. I'm going to be a jock. I don't want to be a nerd. You know, everybody trying to find their own before college, because that is exactly what happens. I had a group of friends, and there was about 6 of us. Not one of us ended up at the same high school. Not one of us ended up going to the same community centers anymore. I moved out of town, so I was really out there. The rest of them did. A couple of them got to go to the same school, but they weren't friends in the end. And I thought, wow, I thought we were gonna be friends forever, like Greeks. You know, we come together like rad dabba ding down to doom damn doom. You know, we were gonna be friends forever, and we weren't. And the friends that I made when I was at high school, literally, I would have to say round about 6 of them. Only one of them do I communicate with now, and that's pretty strange, you know. And I guess that was strange for me. I thought, you know, I'm a really good friend. I'm going to be friends with these people forever. But I didn't know that we would all grow up in ages, different stages, marriage. Some of them got married, some of them didn't. A lot of them that did get married were into the whole being friends with married people and not being friends with single people. And since I'm a single person, I guess that qualified me. Even with my sister. My baby sister had the same rule. And I was like, you know what? We were sisters before you got married. We'll be sisters when your ass dies. Period. But I'll be here when you want, you know, when you're ready to be my sister, my friend again, I'll be here. So she's got 3 kids of her own. I've got my 3 kids of my own. And I'm just like, you know what? We're good. We're good. You know, I've got my stepkids, my foster kids. She's got her stepkids and kids that are her daughters and sons have brought home with them that call her mom too. So the only reason why we know anything about each other is because of our parents. Because we do talk to our mom. We share mom, and we share her dad is my stepdad. So we communicate with them, and they'll follow up with, oh, here's some pictures of your sister and your nephews, and here's a picture of your sister and your nieces. And I'll be like, okay, cool. You know, they look good. My nieces and nephews are looking great. You know, they're happy. They're healthy. And we leave it at that. But that, I always found that strange. Why we did not all stay friends after high school. And our 10-year anniversary came and gone during the pandemic, so it didn't happen. I'm pretty much done with this. So it didn't happen, but we did get in communication with a few of the people from the committee, and they were talking about redoing it next year, now that things are back in order. But I don't think I'm going to go, because none of them know me the way that you guys know me. Like, they don't know who I am anymore. They don't know who the Kizzer is, you know. they don't know who Jovina is. And so it's kind of like one of those things. But I'm so glad that the TV series got me to have a little bit of reminiscing, even though it wasn't my era to reminisce. You know, I was a teen, I was a preteen in '87. I think I was, 10 in '87? Because I was born in '77. But it was cute, and the music, and the settings. I don't want to give too much away, because I am the spoiling queen. I'm not going to lie, my son says I spoil everything when it comes to movies if I see it first. And I do. I kind of do. So I don't want to talk too much about what happened in the season until the second part comes out in July. And I finish that, and then I'll be like, yeah, so this is what happened, and blah, 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 blah. Just to keep everybody on their toes, because, you know, your girl loves the cinema. And, yeah, so thank you all for spending time with me. I appreciate it. I really, really do. If you're new here, hey, I'm your girl, Jovina, and I love Excuse me. I don't love that, but I love everything about everything and anything in between. That includes you, my makeup, my skincare, and more. If you're into that, please join the Hive. We'd be glad to have you. And if you're not new here, if you are new here, not new here, you know I see you, sis. It's been so long since I've recorded you guys, I'm starting to forget my intro and my exit. Terrible. I'm not going to let that happen again. But I will see you all in the next one. Love you so much. Bye.